Has wokeism become a great obstacle for small business owners to overcome? Has wokeism played a humongous part in crushing our economy? What do we know about it? What can we do about it? What's this ESG? All these things are going to be answered here. How many people out there have been affected not being able to get a loan, not being able to get a grant because of where they live, maybe even the color of their skin, maybe even their religion, or any of that stuff? This ESG credit score, this ESG social goodness to give you money or to keep you from getting money or grants from the federal government is being addressed right now in Florida by Ron Desantis. Guys, I would need you to watch this video from beginning to end, and we are going to tell you about this ESG program that Florida is nixing. In the meantime, you'll find out what it is, and if it's happening in your state, then you have a problem, and maybe that's why you will not be getting any grants in the future. This is very important if you're interested in grants and loans for your small business, to pay attention to what Florida is doing right now so that maybe you guys can copycat it. And this will not leave your business out of obtaining federal funds because of your beliefs or your color of your skin or where you live per se, which we have seen it take millions of businesses out of the loop for EIDL grants and loans because of where they live. Guys, this says it all right here. Florida's starting to deal with the problem, and hopefully your state will too. And be sure to mainly like, subscribe, and click that notification button so when I get information out, you can get information in. And can somebody say, hey, we still want our 10K.
Yeah.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's good to see you today on the SpeaknsEE Show. I ask you like and subscribe and click that notification button so when I get information out, you can get information in. We have missed you all over here. We have been looking through grants and loans and things for small businesses that are in your area. And right now, guys, we are very few and far between with that omnibus bill, which had absolutely nothing for small businesses in it. It's ridiculous, but we have to go into other places and search for your grants. We've been able to send a couple people out there some links to some places they can go to get small business grants. Now, I've been getting your comments that I have to put on a Dallas Cowboy jersey. That was the bet that I had with my boy Jason McElhome over at trysmallbiz.com. And yeah, it hurts. I mean, the last time the Bucs won, he went out and got a Brady jersey and ate his humble pie, as he said. Now it's my turn to eat my humble pie and make good on the bet that I have lost when the Buccaneers were defeated as I was at the game. It was a great game. It was a horrible game. Who am I kidding? Micah Parsons.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
Obliviated us. The guy is just an amazing player. Dallas Cowboys are looking pretty good right now. But I have to eat my humble pie. And
childish bet.
my wife, out of all people, went out and got the jersey for me today, and I will make good on my bet right now, and
it's pathetic.
Put this on.
Don't do it, Speak. Can you pay him off? Can you pay him off or do something else other than this? Oh, I'm gonna puke. I told you not to do that, Speak. You're disgracing the whole family putting that thing on. Oh, it makes me sick. Thanks a lot, Jason. I told you the Bucs had no chance against Micah Parsons, dude. Dude, when are you gonna learn? You're a disgrace, Speak. I'll never talk.
Hold on one second.
Whoa, hey, put that thing away. What are you doing?
Bacon for breakfast. You got me, Jason. Here I am. This is for you. Oh, it's burning. I'm melting. Oh, gosh. What am I going to do? Okay. All right. Can you still hear me, guys? Okay, here I am, sporting a Cowboys jersey for making good on my bet. I'm a man of my word, and he was a man of his word. Here we go, man. Congratulations. Good luck in the playoffs, my friend, Jason McElhome. If you guys don't know who he is, go to trysmallbiz.com on Twitter, or it's at trysmallbiz.com. It's capital T on there. Make sure you get that right. Capital T, capital S, I believe. And look him up. He's a wonderful guy. Helps all small businesses. Seen billions of dollars directly and indirectly coming through his means of information, such as this channel's information, too. Find him on Jason McElhone on YouTube. And here we go. Ron Desantis has just done this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to read this. It's directly from Ron Desantis' website. In Tallahassee, Florida today, actually this was the 17th, not today exactly, but the 17th, a couple days ago, this is what happened. Governor Ron Desantis and trustees of the State Board of Administration, SBA, formally approved measures to protect Florida's investment from woke environmental, social, and corporate governance, ESG, ensuring that all investments decisions focus solely on maximizing the highest rate of return. Today's updates to the Florida Retirement System Pension Plan Policy and SBA Corporate Governance Proxy Voting Guidelines build on actions taken last year to clearly define the factors fiduciaries are to consider in investment decisions, ensuring that the ESG is prohibited from consideration. So instead of going with the ESG guidelines, they're saying we're going to go with the merit guidelines. Instead of saying, oh, are they practicing, do they have electric cars? Are they, economically safe? Are they putting masks on or having plastic up between them? Instead of doing that, they're saying, okay, what's their business about? Corporations across America continue to inject an ideological agenda through our economy rather than through the ballot box, said Governor Ron DeSantis. Today's actions reinforce that the ESG considerations will not be tolerated here in Florida, and I look forward to extending these protections during this legislative session. So he's not just talking the talk now, he's walking the walk. He's putting the paperwork in and saying, this is how we're going to do it. Thanks to the leadership of Governor DeSantis, the Florida cabinet reaffirmed today that we don't want a single penny of our dollars going to woke funds, said the Chief Financial Officer, Jimmy Petronas. We need asset managers to be laser focused on returns and nothing more. Florida's not going to subsidize the actions of a bunch of leftist ideologues who hate America. We're not going to let a bunch of rich people in Manhattan or Europe try to circumvent our democracy. Touché, wokeism. As a fiduciary of the state of Florida, I and my fellow trustees have an obligation to make responsible investment decisions on behalf of the beneficiaries we represent, not cater to woke corporate executives trying to force political ideology, said Attorney General Ashley Moody. You getting this, America? After this, I think a lot of people are going to be moving to Florida in a couple years. Within the next couple years, I think Florida's going to get packed. If I was a senior citizen right now, I would be looking at some property in Florida, to be honest with you. If I was a senior citizen or somebody who really cared about my small business, I'm going to be considering Florida right now, ladies and gentlemen. If I was, thinking financially, fiscally responsible, Florida's seeming like the place to go. In addition to today's actions, Governor DeSantis has proposed legislation during the upcoming legislative session to codify the actions taken today and rein in the use of discriminatory ESG practices throughout the financial sector by 1, prohibiting big banks, credit card companies, and money transmitters from discriminating against consumers for their religious, political, or social beliefs. And if you all haven't noticed, religious churches and stuff like that, and Christians in per se, and political, if you're a Republican, you're not going to get it, or if you're a Democrat, you might have a better chance. That was number 1. What's number 2? 2, barring financial institutions from considering so-called ESG credit scores in banking and lending practices to prevent Floridians from obtaining financial services like loans, lines of credit, and bank accounts. 3, permanently prohibiting State Board of Administration SBA fund managers from considering ESG factors when investing the state's money. So no longer looking at those factors. Those factors don't matter. Drive a diesel, that's fine. Diesels do get products to places very well. They've been doing it for a long time. And 4, requiring SBA fund managers to only consider maximizing the return on investment on behalf of Florida retirees. The proliferation of ESG throughout America is a direct threat to American economy, individual economic freedom, and our way of life. Everyday Floridians invest their hard-earned money with the desire to maximize profit and have a secure financial future. Now, we look at the economy right now. We look at inflation going nuts and going crazy, and America's screaming, what's going on? The ESG is what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. It's the ESG, this wokeism, this giving money to places that are not investing it wisely, and we're not seeing a great return on the investments that America is making. Instead, it's just printing money and giving it out to whoever and watching our prices go way up while we fork over the bill. Ron DeSantis is saying, not in this state anymore. It's not going to happen like that. We saw COVID. We saw what it did to America. It was horrible. It was a mass destruction of our economy and of our social policies and of our political policy. Everything was pretty much just a wash. And we saw craziness and insanity take the forefront, where it's not going to happen in Florida anymore. So who knows? Maybe he's thinking about succeeding, because that's what it sounds like. He's succeeding the state of Florida, getting away from the feds. Pretty much, this is kind of getting away from the feds, in my view. But what do you think? Is that a good idea? Unfortunately, woke corporate elites continue to institute ESG practices in an effort to promote a radical agenda at a cost to everyday consumers. True? Totally true. We have seen the damage that it can take when you start going woke with the economy. If you want to go woke with your personal beliefs and ideas, fine, be as woke as you want to be. But when it starts coming out of the American small business pockets, we've got a problem. Now, a lot of you are probably saying, well, what's the ESG? I've gotten all this information from the Desantis webpage for the governor in the state of Florida, his webpage. Now, he gives us definition. Now, this will give you an idea of what ESG is. And with this, you let me know what you think about maybe your state implementing the same ideas and the same policies that he is making. And tell me if you agree with it as well. So here we are. Woke corporatist definition. ESG funds are portfolios of equities and or bonds for which environmental social governance factors have been integrated into an investment process. So when we see bonds being given into a social factor, that really doesn't say a whole lot. It's kind of like bonds or money, just giving in. This means the equities and bonds contained in the fund have passed stringent tests over how sustainable the company or government is regarding its ESG criteria. Environmental factors include the contribution of a company government makes to climate change through greenhouse gas emissions. Now, if you want that in your business, that's fine. Put it in your business, and in California, you kind of have to get the loans or the grants from the state. You've got to put it in. And sometimes it's not financially the best thing for you. For a small business anyway. Sometimes a small business is like, let me just get ahead first, please. Let me just get somewhere before I start dishing all my money out to these things. Given renewed efforts to combat global warming, cutting emissions, and decarbonizing has become more important. Social include human rights, labor standards in the supply chain, any exposure to illegal child labor. How many people really expose, child labor in their company? Really? How many people is this really, it's kind of just, pandering here. A social score also rises if a company is well integrated with its local community and therefore has a social license to operate with consent. A social license. Okay, so now we're having to get an ESG social license. I'm social. Give me a break. I have a product and I want to sell it. I have a service and I want to sell it. I'm social. Come on, really? Okay, so now let's go over to the other side and see what Ron Desantis' translation of the ESG is. ESG investors prioritize woke corporate ideals and non-financial factors as part of their investing process. ESG investors are corporate cartel elites who do not represent the will of the people, but rather base their investment strategies on social causes and virtue signaling while driving up costs for consumers in the name of diversity and sidelining hardworking Americans by threatening their livelihoods. Whoa, strong words, Ron, but that's kind of what it is. Governance, aka ESG score, is a framework created to force companies to meet ESG standards, effectively eliminating small, medium, and startup businesses which cannot cope with the increased cost to compete with woke mega corporations and subverting the will of their shareholders. Exactly what I was saying, that the small businesses cannot afford to go woke. They just can't. Now, if the federal government is saying, well, we're going to give you funds to go woke, but it doesn't help your business, it just helps you go woke, then it's a financial bad decision, and I'm standing behind Governor DeSantis on this one, all the way, for sure. And let me know how you feel, and if you know about your state's ESG policies and ESG scores, Let me know how that's going for you, and if it's working, let me know. I haven't seen it work in many states. I've seen a lot of people combating and complaining, saying, look, I can't get a loan because I'm white, or I can't get a loan because I live in this area, or I can't get a loan because, of my religious beliefs, or because I'm a Christian and it's kind of frowned upon. But other people are getting these loans and they're half of the business that I have. They have half of the ideas that I've got. And let me know if this is affecting you in any way, shape, or form. And once again, I made it through this video for you. And I hope this was encouraging information and valuable information to you for your small businesses, especially if you live in Florida, but if you live elsewhere too, to maybe look towards these policies. Can this help my business out? Maybe you should look for somebody who could, promote these kind of policies to help your business out. And here I am standing in a Cowboys jersey once again. Take a picture, Jason. You got me. I made it through this whole video with this on. And I kind of want to see the Cowboys. I want to see the Giants win now in the NFC. It's not going to happen. San Francisco is going to take it all. We know that. I want Buffalo to go in the AFC, but the Cowboys, they served us well here in Tampa. They put it to us. Go Bucks anyway. I'm still a Bucks fan all the way. Stay Brady. Stay if you're watching this. Tom Brady. Is Tom Brady watching this? That'd be cool if he was. Devin White. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Watch what Micah Parsons doing, Devin. Get that heart back. Devin lost his heart. I want to say thank you all for watching. We're still looking for the EIDL loans and grants, EIDL $10,000 grant. We're still going to fight for that. And we're seeing the SBA with the loans. We're having I'm seeing right now as to where maybe the SBA loans are not going to be like after the 10%, they might hit up. Can you do the next 6 months for 25% and maybe, move it up with the economy. As the economy picks up, maybe the loans percentage that you need to pay forward on those SBA loans and the EIDL will go up. So we'll see how that goes in the future. We're going to continue fighting for you guys in the small business world out there. I want to say thanks again for watching, everybody. Jason McElhone, shout out to you and your boys. And somebody say, hey, we still want our 10K.
Yeah.